Alright, let's be real. Thunderbolt 5 sounds cool. More speed, more power, future-proof, right? But before you go dropping a few $100s on a new dock, ask yourself, do you actually need it? Let's start with the FusionDock Max 1. It's a Thunderbolt 4 dock with 18 ports. That's insane. I've got dual 4K monitors running, my SSD, and my mic. Even my Ethernet. Everything's powered from this one hub. Power delivery, 96 watts to your laptop. That's enough for a MacBook Pro 16-inch. You've also got USB-A and USB-C at 10 gigabits per second and a full SD 4.0 reader. For creators, remote workers, even light gaming, it handles it all. But it's not perfect. For starters, it maxes out at Thunderbolt 4 speeds. If you got a high-end PCIe SSD or want 8K output, you're not getting that here. Also, no HDMI 2.1. That means if you're rocking a high refresh rate 4K monitor, like 120Hz, you'll need to use DisplayPort and hope your monitor plays nice. Alright, now let's get into what really matters. Should you stick with the FusionDock Max 1, or is the new FusionDock Pro 3 a worthy upgrade? First off, the Max 1 is built around Thunderbolt 4. That gives you up to 40 gigabits per second transfer speeds, 96 watts of power delivery, dual 4K monitor support, and it's rock solid for almost any current gen setup. The Pro 3, on the other hand, is all about Thunderbolt 5. You're getting double the bandwidth, up to 80 gigabits per second, or even 120 gigabits per second if you're pushing video. That unlocks support for dual 6K displays or even an 8K single monitor at 60 Hz. If you're a creative pro working with high-res timelines, or you want your setup to last well into the next few generations of hardware, this is where the Pro 3 starts pulling ahead. So yeah, the FusionDock Max 1 actually has almost double the number of ports, including more flexibility for full creative workflows, and it's one of the very few docks in this price range that still gives you SPDIF optical audio output, which is awesome if you're working with certain audio gear. Now let's talk charging, because this is one area where the FusionDock Pro 3 really pulls ahead. The Max 1 gives you up to 96 watts of power delivery to your laptop, which is solid. But the Pro 3, it's got 180 watts total power output. That breaks down to 140 watts just for your laptop, 18 watts dedicated for fast charging your iPhone, and the rest going to your connected peripherals like SSDs, cameras, or wireless charging pads. So not only are you covered on the main device, but your whole desk setup stays powered without any additional bricks or adapters. Here's the deal. If you're looking for maximum port flexibility, audio expansion, and overall I/O, the FusionDock Max 1 still hits hard. It's basically a full desktop hub with room to grow. But if you're future-proofing, already working in 6K or 8K timelines, or want the absolute best in bandwidth, then the Pro 3 is the better long-term play. It's not just about what's newer, it's about what matches your workflow. Alright, here's the bottom line. If your workflow is already pushing Thunderbolt 4 to its limits, maybe you're moving giant files every day, editing 8K video, or running a studio with multiple displays, the Pro 3 makes sense. But for 95% of people, the FusionDock Max 1 is still a beast. It's powerful, reliable, and more than enough unless you just have to future-proof. You don't need to chase specs just because they're new. The FusionDock Max 1 still holds its own, even in 2025. But if you're buying today and you know Thunderbolt 5 is part of your future setup, sure, go Pro 3. But don't feel left behind, because for most people, this is still a top tier choice. Got any questions? Drop them in the comments below. If you're still deciding between these two, I'll help however I can. And if you're into honest, budget-aware tech reviews, hit that sub button and leave a like. This is You're the Hero, and I'll see you in the next one.